Good morning, everyone. This is a follow-up to my review of the Pashley Morgan 110 bicycle. I realized I forgot to mention a couple of things, and I didn't shoot a lot of close-up of the frames and parts, so I thought I'd do another video, a shorter one, just to show some details that I didn't show in the first video. And first start with a correction. When I talked about the geometry of the bike in the first video, I said seat stays instead of chain stays. Of course, when I meant the bike has short chain stays. Well, of course, it has short seat stays as a matter of fact, but the measure, of course, is that of the chain stays. What I forgot in the first review is to take with me the very nice stainless steel bottle of color oil that comes with the bike. So this time I have it with me. It's very, very nice. It's of course absolutely a perfect color match to the frame. It's of course a smaller bottle than your usual plastic bottle. It's not meant to ride Paris-Brest-Paris. It's just meant to keep your beverage cool, keep your beverage hot, depending what you put in there, and don't taste like plastic. It definitely doesn't taste like plastic, and most importantly, it looks absolutely wonderful on the bike. It's actually a bottle made in England as well, like the bike. What I didn't talk about much in the first video are the GB components on the bike. There is a very, very nice swept back bar on the bike from GB. Of course, all let's say generic Taiwanese made components. It has a very, very nice shape. You can see the drop is just low enough so that it's a fast riding bike, and I'll shoot it from the top. It comes back perfectly at the level of the steering axis. I've put a longer stem on it. The size small comes with an 80mm stem, and that's a bit short for me because I'm a bit on the, let's say, taller side of the S size. So I've changed the stem for a much nicer, very, very beautiful Nitto stem. I mean, all Nitto parts are just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's very, very beautifully polished aluminum. The seat post is a very generic seat post from GB. It has two bolts, which is nice for if you're a bit of a heavier rider. We can't see them well. The second one is a bit difficult to get to down here. We can't even see it. It's very well hidden. It looks nice. It's not very easy to set because of how hidden it is. You need a long wrench. It's okay, but of course you can get nicer seat posts than that. But it does what a seat post should do. If one day I have the time and money and luxury, I'll change it for a Nitto seat post just to have a nicer looking seat post. There is actually the only trouble about this handlebar is that it's 31.8 diameter at the clamp, like all the usual modern standard, and so it's very thick. I mean, you can see it from the top. It's thick like all modern bars, and because of that, it's very stiff. I mean, it's stiff like any modern handlebar. It would be nicer. It would be just a nicer ride with a 25.4 or 26mm handlebar. And actually, there is a Nitto handlebar, the so-called Nitto kite handlebar, that's basically exactly this shape, but with a narrow diameter. I might change it for the Nitto if the finances allow it at some point. But the Nitto doesn't have as nice a shape as this one. It doesn't have this very, very beautiful drop that this bar has. It's almost flat, and it doesn't look as elegant as this one. So I'll see about that. Something else that comes from GB, and I didn't talk much about our is the crankset. Because it's in 130 BCD, there's a limit to how small you can go with your chainring. It can take a 38. Right now it's a 38, and that's the smallest you can go on a 130 BCD. I might change it at some point just to have for 110 BCD, just to have a smaller chainring, or even to have a double chainring at the front, which would be just nicer. When you live in a hilly place like I do, it's just nice to have a double at the front. But one of the few details I didn't shoot in the first video, what I want to show now, are the really nice bits. First of all, this very, very nice stainless steel plate on the drop out from Pashley. I mean, look, this is so nice. It just makes the drop out, so to speak, stronger or not. I mean, it makes so that this quick release doesn't bite into the frame directly, and it's so beautifully made. I mean, look, it's just nice. It's these are all the small details in this frame that makes it such a pleasure to look at and to work with. And of course there's the same on the other side, beautifully engraved, and that's just very, very nice. Something else I wanted to show is the lug that function as a seat clamp, a seat post clamp. So as you can see, it's a lug that is one piece that binds the top tube, the seat stays together, and a seat tube, and has an integrated clamp, and it's very nice. It's so beautifully made. It's not too flourish, but it has a little bit of style to it, and the welds, I mean the brazing is very beautiful, especially on the maybe a bit too dark now, on the seat stays. And what's very typical of Pashley are these seat stay shapes, what they call the S-bend. Let it focus. The S-bend seat stays. That looks very beautiful and slender. Look at that. It doesn't have any function. It doesn't make you faster. It doesn't make it stiffer. It doesn't make it lighter. It doesn't make it more aero. It just looks nice. And then the attachment of the fender is so neat. That's the way bike should be finished and delivered, I find. And of course the attachment for the rack is the same, very just nice, beautiful, well-made quality to it. I guess that's about it about what I wanted to show more in detail about the bike. Oh yes, something else as well is the fork crown, the double plane fork crown, because it's you see it very seldom. I mean, even like this kind of fork crown you basically get only on Rivendell bikes and Richard Sachs, and it's just so nice to look at it. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's of course it's a cast fork crown. It's nothing really fancy, but it's just nice and well made, and of course it has huge clearance. That's something else I wanted to talk about in the first review. So we'll film it from the front. Right now it has 48 tires with fender, and as you can see there's a lot of room still in the fender and then in the fork. So without fenders this can easily take, I would say, 2.1 mountain bike tires easily. And on the seat stays, here again there's not as much room, but still there's room enough for yeah, I mean, at least let's say 55 tires or maybe 58. And down there at the chain stays, there's still, you know, quite plenty of room. It doesn't focus very well now. So without fender. I mean, right now, so the tires are really big enough for what it's supposed to do. But you just have all the clearance you need, and that's really what bikes should have. They should have more than you need. Clearance shouldn't be a problem. And I realized I didn't make justice to the ding dong bell the last time because I didn't ring it properly. So here you have a real shot at a real ding dong bell. Here, no, wait a minute, here again. Yeah, that's the way it should sound. Okay, that's about it for this completing video regarding the Pashley 110. I'll make maybe shorter videos about some things here and there that I find important for, let's say, bike design in general, but I wanted to show these details as a complementary video to the first one I've made. And I realized something I didn't film very well in the first video as well is the logo, the Morgan logo that they put on the bike with the Union Jack flag behind the model number. That's just very nice and elegant as well. Sadly, it's a sticker. It's not painted, but it looks good. So have a nice day, everyone, and enjoy your bike ride.